So I'm going to show you guys a really easy way to make jam and hopefully dispel the level of difficulty it takes to preserve your own food. So this is a mixture of some of my baby blackberry and my black raspberry, and then I picked up some extra berries from a local because I wasn't happy just making 3 tiny jars with my amount that I'm harvesting right now. So all this is in here are the berries. And again, let me just say, you don't need a canner, you don't need a pressure canner, you don't need any special equipment, you don't need pectin or any other chemicals. So yeah, I'll show you a little bit of the process, but this is just the berries and a little bit of water, and I'm squishing them with a potato masher. Pretty soon I am going to add some of my peppers and, get this simmering and reducing. And yeah, I'll be back. All right, so I may have forgotten you want to leave it uncovered or at least partially uncovered, because when you get it to a simmer, you want it to keep bubbling until it reduces. Like you can see the line. It's gone down a little. Yeah, and at this point, I'm going to add my peppers and stevia from the garden. See if I can reduce the sugar content. Okay, so here it looks like it's reduced about 1/3. And you notice I didn't add sugar or anything yet because you want this to happen without threat of it sticking to the bottom, right? And I don't use like exact recipes, right? Grab what you like and add sugar. Really, it's that simple. You can even do this with crock pot method and do like stone fruits that you do not have to peel, right? So I'm using organic sugar cane, and this is the point where I'm going to start adding some, except I can't do both at the same time. So I'll be back. Alright, so there it is, looking all pretty and simmery, and I just crush the herbs, peppers as I add them. So I'm going to stir that up and let that go for a while. Oh, and by the way, don't touch your face after you've just squished fresh hot peppers in there. Just saying. Okay. So with this much fruit, less is more, right? And since we've reduced it so much, we won't need that much. So I'm starting with about 1.5 cups. And I'm just going to stir that up real good. And now that I've added sugar and it's at this high simmer temp, that means I have to keep stirring, right? Check it every few minutes. I'm going to turn it down just a little. But it's still, so I'm going to keep it low right now and get all that sugar in there, and then I'll bring it up to a simmer again. A rolling boil, basically, or to the point where it's still boiling even after you're stirring it, whatever that means. In the meantime, oven is on about 215, 220, and I put the jars in a little water bath. You don't even have to do that. In fact, you don't even have to put them in the oven, right? But it's just something I do, and I want to mention I'm not recommending this. Use your own judgment, right? And but yeah, I have been canning this way since 2012. And look, I got my tomatoes all chopped for my salsa. I'll show you how to do that next. Just chopping up all the veggies there. But yeah, it literally doesn't have to be hard. So we're going to watch this and stir this for, 20, 30 minutes. Let's see. Okay, so it's only been a few minutes, but see how much glassier and stuff it is? That means, you know, that you added sugar, right? So now I am going to grab a spoon. You don't need to do the refrigerator trick. You can tell already it's not done, right? But I just want to taste it and see if we need to add more sugar. Wow, I really like it. I like the sweet, tart, spicy. Yeah, and I think the stevia did the trick that I didn't really need to add that much. Because this is like a gallon of berries and a cup and a half of sugar. That's not that much. And some cayenne. But I think I am going to add some more pepper to it. I like that kick. Peel jam, baby. Alright, so stirring away, and I can tell we're getting real close. So I'm going to take one little, like you can tell with the spoon, it's much thicker. Okay, so that's kind of what you're looking for. So I'm just going to take a little bit out. Let's see, let's make sure it's stirred nice. Alright, and I'm just going to set it right here for just a minute, and that'll be the one last. Okay, is it set enough, or does it need anything else? Pepper, lemon, sugar. I sometimes use lemon. I don't always use lemon. I didn't put lemon this time. So yeah, we're just gonna let that sit there for a minute. I have an air conditioner vent here, which by the way comes in really handy because when you're canning, it's the process of the heat cooling that seals the jar, right? So I like to set them all up right here. Okay, so that last taste test says it's ready. The next part I'm not going to be able to do while holding a camera. So I'm going to take these out of the oven. I'm going to set them right here. I'm going to use this, this to stick in the jar, and this to scoop it out and fill it because the pan's too hot, right? Okay, so I'll be back. All right, see how nice and smooth that is there, and got the jars full. I put that on. I'm not putting the rings on, and the oven is off. You can put it back in there for 10 minutes if you just want to make sure. And then after that, they're gonna sit right here with the air conditioner. But that's basically it. If you have some left over, you can put it in the fridge or turn it back up and, you know, heat up another jar. But yeah, that's literally it. Fruit, sugar, and that's all you actually need, and fire. People have been canning for centuries, so don't let people scare you out of it. Easy peasy. Enjoy. All right, heard a couple tings. You can tell that one's not. That one has. That one has. And that one has, so hasn't been that long. And I'm going to work on the salsa. So if you want my salsa recipe, go back and check out another video. But basically, I've chopped them up. And then in here is garlic, peppers, and onion. I am going to hand chop the cilantro. But I'm going to start with the tomato. Just the... oh, did you hear it? Ting. Start with just the tomato so I can reduce that quite a bit, right? A lot of people go through the process moving the seeds and the skin and just all this stuff that's unnecessary if you cook it enough, right? And so look, this is already over a gallon of just tomato, and when we add the other stuff and reduce it, you'll see how much lower it is. But yeah, we're going to do a simple salsa canning recipe here.